All right,
Facts.
Quiddy. We got he dropping the bar too. Facts. He get the brand. He get the brand. We got one. We got one more segment, man. I know you hoops guy, but you know some NFL too, right? We can talk some football because it is football season.
For
You know what I
sure.
mean? Week 5 coming. I know you know my Tampa Bay Bucks are world champs, so I know I've been loving the NFL season so far. So we're
Yeah.
gonna just do a little week 5 preview, man. We're gonna be able to get our facts out. You chime in on the discussion and whatever. We'll throw some things your way. First game we're looking at is actually going to be Thursday night. And for once, for once we get a good game,
Crazy.
like a good ass game, man. Rams at Seahawks on Thursday night. These teams went opposite way in their division last week with a Rams loss and a Seattle win. The current NFC West standings are the Cardinals at 4-0, crazy, the last undefeated team in the NFL, the Arizona Cardinals. The Rams 3-1, the Seahawks 2-2, the 49ers 2-2. I mean, from off the bat, man, this is a team with a crazy high-powered offense and one team who loves to run the football effectively and take their shots whenever they can. But Quiddy, who you got in this one, man? You got Rams and you got Seahawks. Who you going with?
Man, the Rams, they just lose last week. Man, I might have to go Seattle at home. Um, that home field advantage has just been a thing for as long as I can remember. They look like they're getting their rhythm on offense too. I think it'll be a shootout, because the Rams can put points on the board, but I'm going to take Seattle on that one. Don't know what the score will necessarily be, but I think it's going to be a high
Yeah.
scoring.
No, no,
Also, a
you definitely.
rematch of the playoffs last year.
There
The
you go.
Rams beat Seattle in Seattle, but again, no fans.
Right.
Seattle fans will make a difference. I
And
can
you're
see
right
that.
about the shootout. Quiddy's defenses aren't exactly holding people to points. Seattle's defense has allowed the most yards in the league, while the Rams' defense has allowed the sixth most yards in the league. So, teams are moving the ball, but Jake, who you got?
This is it's funny. If you ask me, I don't know, like 7 days ago, I have a much different answer for you. I would probably say the Rams are going to scrape them. It's not going to be a game.
In Seattle, though.
I mean, I don't know. I really had, you know how the Rams are the
Right.
Chiefs of the NFC. Like, I'm very high on the Rams, as I've stated in the past. But, like, now you're right. The home field advantage, Seattle on the upswing, Rams kind of getting shut down by a Cardinals team that I didn't think could hold them like that. So, I still think the Rams get back on track here. I just think that they are the better team. But it's a divisional game, NFC West. So, like, what I'm really happy about is my Thursday night football experience is not going to be watching Cincy versus the Jaguars like barf fest on Thursday night.
No.
We're actually going to get a nice game.
We sent what probably would have been the Thursday night game to London. London gets the Falcons and the
Yes.
Jets. By the way, quick tangent. Why does London not hate American football yet?
They don't know anybody.
Oh my god. That's like London sending us, give me two bottom of the barrel.
Watford versus Norwich.
I wish they would. When you got Messi and Ronaldo running around over there, you're going to send us these two teams every week. I don't know why London doesn't hate American football. That's hilarious. But getting back to the Rams and Seahawks, both offenses top 10 this season in scoring. So, it's setting up for a very good Thursday night game, which is good because I'll be editing this podcast and have, something to watch. Next, we're moving on to probably what could be the game of the year so far. And we've had some great games, but this could be the game of the year so far. Rematch of the AFC Championship game last year. The Bills at the Chiefs. Of course, it's going to be Sunday night. Al, Chris, and Michelle are going to be there in the whole game. It's going to be a good one. But Quiddy, it's get right time for the Chiefs. I don't know if you saw one of my videos. It's shaky, baby, a little bit. They got right against the Eagles this past Sunday. Now they run back to the gauntlet. Now they run back to the gauntlet and the Bills. Who you got, Bills or Chiefs?
Yeah, that one's going to be another shootout. Chiefs win that one, though. They're also finding their rhythm on offense. The Bills are one of the better, more well-rounded teams in the league. Obviously, Josh Allen does his thing. But I think another great matchup, another high-scoring game. Both teams may hit the 30s. I think that's going to be one of them instant classic type 41-38 Chiefs end up winning. So that's what I like. And I like the Chiefs in that one.
I will say if it goes like the higher the game goes, the more win probability goes towards the Chiefs, in my opinion. But Matt, The Bills got your DVOA stat,
Yep.
man.
DVOA, if you don't know, Cuddy, it's a stat that Football Outsiders puts out. Basically, it looks at every team on a play-by-play basis and basically determines who's the best on a play-by-play basis. And right now, the Bills rank number 1 in DVOA. A lot of that's because their defense is allowing less than 10 points per game, along with they have the second highest scoring offense in the NFL. The Bills are really taking that next leap. 2 years ago, they were a wild card team, got bounced by the Texans. Last year, they went 13-3, made it to the AFC title game. I think right now they're the AFC favorites. And a lot of that, I think, is because the Chiefs' defense is horrible.
It's really bad.
It's absolutely horrendous. They're the 14th team in NFL history to allow more than 28 points in their first 4 games of the season. The previous 13 all missed the playoffs. Now, the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs because those previous 13 teams didn't have Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
But if their defense remains this bad, they have no shot of retaining their AFC crown.
And here's the thing. It went from our defense has the luxury of Patrick Mahomes scoring 35 a game to now our defense, like Patrick Mahomes has to score 35 points a game. There's a difference. If he scores under that, they're going to lose the game. They're giving up
the Chiefs
30
scored
plus a game.
a touchdown on 6 of their 7 possessions on Sunday, and the game was close in the fourth quarter.
I mean, it's and that's different. That's too much pressure on your defense now. That's different from our defense just to take the game off. But Bills or Chiefs on Sunday night, Jake.
This is usually a spot where Kansas City will just come in, rough up. It'll be an exciting game, but down towards the end, Josh Allen will make a mistake, and Mahomes is just the better player. Will lead them out of that. This year, I have a feeling that, and getting to see the Chiefs up close and personal, playing my Eagles last week helps. Like, this team, as we've all stated, like, they have a problem on the defensive side of the ball. The Bills this year are much more balanced on offense and defense. They've gotten their running backs active. I think it was Singletary had like a really long run a couple weeks ago, and that's not something that you would always see.
And both of them. Zach Moss got loose last week too.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to take the Bills in this one. I wouldn't be shocked if Kansas City wins, but I think the Bills can announce themselves as the best team in football if they can go to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs on Sunday.
Even though the Chiefs are 2-2,
it's still Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, the Chiefs still the team that if like the statement win. Are they still the statement win in the NFL this season?
I think it has to be, right? I mean, like, Tampa Bay, they are the defending Super Bowl champions. I won't take that away from your guys, but, like, they just scored 19 points against the Patriots.
A win is a win, baby. A win is a win, baby.
The past 3 years, the Chiefs have been great, have been the team. They barely lost an AFC title game to the Patriots in overtime. When they won the Super Bowl, then they went to the Super Bowl. So They're the class of the NFL over the past 3 years.
That's very true. It's very true. All right, last one before we wrap up this episode. We got the Bears at the Raiders on Sunday. And the reason why we're highlighting this one, the Raiders are a really good team, yo. I don't know if anyone's like blinked and realized this, but Derek Carr, John Gruden, and them actually got a team over there. And it's Justin Fields' time. Today, on Wednesday, Justin Fields official, Matt Nagy, woke up from whatever slumber he was in, finally named Justin Fields the starter moving forward.
I think that slumber was the owner calling him saying, if you don't start this guy, you're fired.
I don't know what was going on, man. I at one point it was Andy Dalton for the whole season. Then it was Justin. Then it was all 3 of them got a shot. There was Andy Dalton again. Now it's Justin. We're going to settle at Justin Fields. But Quiddy, does Justin get his first win as I guess the starter moving forward now?
No, I got that one too. Are the Raiders undefeated? No, the Raiders are 3-1, right?
3-1, yeah. Tough loss to the Chargers, but a great game. But
yeah, I got the Raiders in that one. I don't know I think Fields looked better this week. How did they go quarterback rotation this week? Because I know they played Detroit, and they beat the Lions. They scored some points last week, but I just think. The Raiders are a more complete team. You start to see that transition of the rookie, really that welcome to the NFL game or moment. A couple of those moments in this game for him, for sure. I got the Raiders in that one.
Yeah, the Raiders got a good offense. We're the number 2 offense in the NFL through the first 3 weeks of the season. Came back down to earth last week against the Chargers, only 213 yards. of total offense. But it's not like Justin Fields, got a crazy offense himself. Only got one touchdown pass so far this season. Bears are the only team without 1,000 total yards in the NFL, so it's time to get going. And it's a tough defense over there. It's not an easy defense. You got Bears or Raiders.
This is going to be Raiders by like 20. The Bears are in some trouble, and I like Justin Fields as a player. I don't think you can chalk all of their downfall up to the coach. Mm-hmm. A good portion of it probably should.
I'm giving it a good 99%. I'm giving it a good 99.
I don't think you can give. I mean, like, he throws the ball. He's 11 for 17 last game. Like, that's pretty good. You'll take that out of the rookie. No touchdowns and interception, but like, I just don't think you can beat the way this Raiders team is built. I don't think you're beating them just throwing 17 times a game. You're going to have to open up the offense a little bit more. And, I mean, we'll see. Maybe as the offense opens up, he feels a little freer in that offense. But I got the Raiders here big time.
Really? Yeah. Matt, who you got?
I'm not as sold on the Raiders as you guys are. I think they're pretty good, but it's still early. I think they're 8-9, 9-8 kind of team. And I think Fields comes out of his shell, but this game, I think it's a close game, but Raiders, they're home, they'll eke out the win.
I agree. There's a difference when you get put into the game and you're still looking over your shoulder and you're playing the Browns with a terrible scheme. Okay? You're going to look bad. Then you get a tune-up game against the Lions, and now it's time to go, and you got the monkey off your back. I'm officially the starter. Now it's time to just go and play. And like I said before, you're not playing a team that has Myles Garrett on one side and Jadeveon Clowney on the other.
Fair.
It's going to be a little bit easier to throw the football this game. I have an offensive coach instead of a defensive coach on the other side. Now, it's predicated on defense. They're predicated on outscoring me, not stopping me. I agree with you, Matt. Justin Fields breaks out of his shell a little bit. He plays with much more bravado. I think it's a like I believe in the kid.
Yeah.
Screw it, I'm going. I'm gonna take the Bears. I'm taking Jay Fields, upsetting Chucky and them at the Death Star too. So in Vegas, I got Justin Fields getting his first win as the starter moving forward. I keep saying that, but he's already started and gotten a win. But
before we move on, I just want to, as I always do here, pat myself on the back. In Kyle and I's preseason, we're talking about fantasy sleepers you should know. My man Brian Edwards was one of my last guys. He was one of the deepest sleepers. And I don't know if you guys have caught Raiders games.
He's been playing well.
Uber. Okay, go ahead, get you one then. All right, go ahead, get you one then. All right. Do I have to should I do the bet first before we do the countdown? Because I still have to get to that. Quiddy, I don't know if you tuned into our last episode of Straight Facts. I got a little ahead of myself.
I
said that the Buccaneers. I said the Buccaneers were going to go to Foxborough last week. I said we was going to win by 2 touchdowns. I said we was going to win by 14. I'm happy we got the sub. I thought, hey man, if it wasn't pouring down rain and we had to start Uncle Rich and Sherman, I think we do win by 14. But we did it, and I bet my man Stat Matt here that we was going to win by 14. He said it was going to be a close game, and it wasn't. So I lost the bet, and now I have to. He's got a little paragraph for me, and I'm a man of my word. So I'm gonna read this paragraph, and I think this paragraph is on why Peyton Manning is the best quarterback of all time, and not Tom Brady. That's what this is. All right, so here it goes. So, while Tom Brady is widely considered the GOAT, Peyton Manning will always be a better quarterback. Peyton Manning won 7 first-team All-Pros to Tom Brady's 3. Peyton Manning won 5 MVPs to Brady's 3. Brady was blessed with better coaches, better players, and better luck. Brady has won 7 Super Bowls because he has been the luckiest of all time, not because he has been the best. It is past time for me, James Jackson, to acknowledge that Peyton Manning was and always will be a better quarterback than Tom Brady.
Man of his word.
So, Quiddy, where do you fall in that whole debate, man? Where are you? Who's the best quarterback of all time? Is it Tom Brady or is it Peyton Manning? Because I cannot believe he just made me read all of that.
Yeah, I mean, Brady. Yeah, I'd go Brady for sure. I wouldn't even go Peyton as like the next dude because I just feel like when they're on that level, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Brady's like the intangibles because there's so many guys that people say, oh, he has a better arm than Tom, or he can move better than Tom and all that. But it's like when I watch Brady now, the more refined and me, like older, like watching the game, really examining, it's like his footwork, his pocket presence, and all that goes such a long way into why he's so great and why he's able to play so long. So with his resume, when you add that on top of it, it's just like, for me, it's like you cannot put any other quarterback above him. No matter how much I hated him, like those years when they beat us in the they beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl in 2004, whatever it is, like I hated them throughout or whatever. Like kind of like some of the things you were saying about luckiest, and he's probably had good luck in this situation, or had this receiver, or had a dominant defense this year, or whatever the case is. Just like the consistency.
He's still him. He's still him.
See,
I don't want to do
right. So like, I remember
countering back all of them saying,
no, we're not. This was not supposed to happen. We were not supposed to go down this rabbit hole. I'm mad that you made me like do that. This wasn't your opportunity to get all this in. That's not what this was.
So my bad. So in Peyton, I feel like there was time. Like I was a bit younger, but I feel like there was a time where like he was getting to that first, second round and losing. And obviously, football is a team sport. It's way tougher to actually make it to the Super Bowl and then win every year. But I feel like he was kind of hitting walls every year, whereas Brady did have that little period where he wasn't winning, but then it's just like that consistency over like 8-9 years at a time where he just dominates. That's why he's the best to me.
It's real simple like that.